Did you get me saying what I just said? Okay, good.
Chesting. 1, 2. Chesting 1, 2, 1,
Everybody,
2. Testing. Microphone check. Check. Chesting 1, 2.
I'm gonna share all this, and then we're gonna go. Hi, everybody.
Testing. Yeah, these headphones stink.
You stink.
Microphone check. Check. Chesting 1, 2.
I'm gonna share all this, and then we're gonna go. Hi, everybody. Would everybody? We're about to start in less than 60 seconds. Hi, everybody. Would everybody? We're about to start in less than 60 seconds. Would everybody? We're about to start in less than 60 seconds. I think you're a big, fat, stupid idiot. We're about to get started, everybody. I think you're a big, fat, stupid idiot. We're about to get started, everybody. Why isn't that there? Why isn't that there? Okay, I just tweeted all that stuff. Would you please retweet?
You retweet it.
Your face is retweeted. Okay, started. I just tweeted all that stuff. Would you please retweet?
You retweet it.
The silencer on. Here we go. Hi, everybody.
Oh, these headphones really stink.
Hi, Kirk Taylor and Victor Brumfield and Tony Lightfoot and Nick Torina.
Nick, he's always listening.
He said I need a guest spot on this podcast.
He does.
Well, come in then.
Come on, you know where we're at.
Would you please retweet my tweet and share all this stuff?
You retweet my tweet.
No, you didn't tweet anything. I tweeted. You didn't tweet anything.
I did a little tweeting this morning.
You didn't do anything. You never do anything.
You don't do anything.
I do a lot, actually.
Look at this. Watch this. Like, retweet with comment. Hey, guys.
Hey, guys.
Check us out. No, that's stupid. Delete. Hey, guys.
You're stupid.
Is it a listen or watch? Are they listening to this or they're
watching?
Watching.
Yeah. Hurry up because we're late now. We got to start.
Watch Matt and I.
Nope. Me.
Matt and me?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Much Matt and me.
Yep.
I capitalized the M.
Don't do that.
Be awesome.
Let me ask you a question. Would you say watch me be awesome or watch I be awesome?
Watch me be awesome.
So watch Matt be awesome, watch me be awesome, watch Matt and me be awesome.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah. If you're using if you're using I, that would replace we. Like we are being awesome. Matt and I are being awesome. Matt is being awesome. I am being awesome. We are being awesome. Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay. There you go. There's your rule.
You should be a English teacher.
Nope. Here we go. Riot Podcast.
This is the Riot Podcast with Matt Moscona and Ryan Theriot. One is an athlete, the other an athletic supporter. Follow the guys on Twitter at Matt Moscona and at rterrio7. Here's Matt and Ryan.
Okay, off we go. Glad you're here, Riot Podcast. For those watching us live, thank you. For those listening or watching afterwards, thank you as well. We record every Tuesday live at noon Central Time. Ryan Theriot, Matt Moscona. I gave Ryan a Rhino there, little English lesson before we got started.
Rhino.
How you feel about that there, big guy?
Good.
Ooh,
it was good.
Ooh, Rhino, big guy. Yeah, so like we were talking about like me, I, we, us, that sort of thing. You know one thing that drives me nuts? Maybe this is a Kick Rocks. I'll save it for Kick Rocks. Would you remind me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll come back to it. Actually, you know what? I'm going to make a note for right there. That might be my first Kick Rocks. So I'm glad you're with us. If you're familiar, Theriot and I do Riot Radio Hour Fridays on AFR. People, for some reason, like us being idiots. So we said, hey, let's do more. And so now we do a podcast on Tuesdays. It's essentially the Riot Radio Hour.
Yep.
On Tuesday. And it's presented by Prime Occupational Medicine. So we appreciate our friends at Prime Occupational Medicine for making this possible every single week. So we'll do Kick Rocks in a little bit. We will talk some LSU hoops. They got a big week. LSU hoops have a really, really big week. We'll talk about Major League Baseball winter meetings. I know you're locked into that, and there's actually some interesting news coming out of the winter meetings. So we'll do Ask Us coming up as well. Let's start, though, LSU football. Ed Orgeron had his media availability today in advance of LSU starting its bowl preparation for the Fiesta Bowl. The only real newsworthy thing that he said is that John Battle will play in the bowl game. And he also said that Devin White has not told him that he's going pro. But I think we talked about that last week. Devin White should absolutely go pro, right?
1,000%.
Yeah. So we're in agreement on there. So LSU will begin practice. It'll have its first practice on tomorrow at 4:00 will be LSU's first practice for bowl season. So they had player interviews today, along with Coach O, player interviews tomorrow at noon, and then football practice tomorrow at 4:00. So the other the newsworthy item that Coach O talked about today is that John Battle will play in the game. So John Battle, if you remember, in that post-game fracas after the Texas A&M game.
What did you just say?
Fracas.
Fracas?
Fracas.
Fracas.
Fracas. Fracas. Fracas.
Fracas.
Or would you say fracas or fracas? I would say fracas.
Fracas.
I think it's fracas.
I like fracas.
Like a fray marche.
Yeah.
A fracas.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so he punched that unsuspecting goon who's related to Jimbo Fisher, who had been fighting with Kevin Falk, and then John Battle just cold cocked him right in the jaw. What are you doing?
We're doing a sports thing.
Yeah, why are you talking to me? Why are you
I'm
looking at your
listening.
phone?
I can do two things at one time.
You're looking at your phone. It's distracting.
Okay. I'm sorry. Don't look down.
All right, so John Battle's going to play, and he cold cocked that guy in the fracas. What do you think?
I think there should be a punishment of some sort.
He's going to be punished, he said, but he's going to play.
Well, I mean, he's a senior, right?
Hey, so when you got cold cocked in that fight at Wrigley, remember you were behind home plate and somebody just knocked you out?
Jake Peavy.
Jake Peavy knocked you out?
Yeah. He didn't knock me out, but he crushed me.
He got you good, dude.
Jake Peavy.
He did.
I got him too, though.
No, you didn't. You didn't get anybody.
I did. No,
I know. We've done this where we spot shadowed you in that fight, and you don't do anything.
And I did. I punched him in the pile. I did, and he pitched the next day, and he had a black eye, and he was pissed at me. But we were actually good after the whole deal.
You got walloped.
I did.
What day was that? I'm gonna go find that. What was that fight? Who started that?
Derek Lee and Chris Young. Russell Branyan got me real good.
2007. Here's June 16th of 2007. I'm gonna find.
Great song by the Georgia Satellites.
I'm gonna find this fight in here where you get. You can keep going. I'm gonna find this.
Russell Branyan got me really good, and then after he got me, which he almost put me out, but I fell down. But after he got me at the bottom of the pile, Jake got me.
There's Lou Piniella coming in. I don't see Rhino yet. I don't see old Rhino. There's the pile. Now, there's the pile. Somebody went over the top. What the hell, Joe? Paul, you can show this.
I want to watch it, yeah.
Let's watch this. Okay, here we go. I'm going to rewind it a little bit. All right, so here's Derek Lee. We're watching this. For those listening, you have no concept. So, this is 2007. Derek Lee gets plunked by someone from, who hit him?
Chris Young.
Chris Young from the Padres hits him.
Mm-hmm.
This is courtesy of WGN. So Lee's ticked. Lee throws the punch. Young throws back. All right, now we got a fracas. All right, this is a full-on fracas.
Yep.
Lou Piniella. Hey, guys, what's Lou saying there?
Damn it, son! That's enough. That's enough. Get out of there.
All right, where are you?
All right, I'm coming. So I'm on the right side. Look there.
There you are. I see. Okay,
so hold on.
There you are, number 2. Hold on. Let me pause it. Let me pause it. All right, so there's Theriot.
Yep.
For those watching, here's Theriot right here.
Mm-hmm.
If you can see the cursor, there's Theriot. So let's keep our eye on Theriot. Let's play this back. All right. Now what are you doing?
Branyan got me right there. Okay. You can't really see it.
He got you.
Branyan got me.
Okay.
Yep. Branyan got me.
There's a better view of this where we can tell. Oh, there's Zambrano.
So
his belt's broken.
Yeah. So he was beautiful in this whole thing.
Zambrano, what did he do?
He was more angry after the whole deal in the clubhouse than he was out there.
All right, what's going on now? Here you are in the back.
Yep.
By the way, here you are in the back. Have you already gotten cold cocked?
I don't know what point this whole deal is.
See, I thought you were over the pot. See, I thought this is going to keep going, or is this done?
I got out. After I came to, I got out because look at Lily. Look at Lily with a sleeveless shirt on.
So this is done.
Yeah.
So we missed the punch. See, there's a better view of this. Like they're gonna roll this back and show us a better view of this, though.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, thanks to WGN for letting us steal this footage. All right, here we go. All right, so this I think is going to be our good view when we roll this thing back.
Ooh. Baseball.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, Paul, come back to us here. I'm going to scroll and see if I can find this part. So anyway, so what do you think about Battle?
So I'm kind of torn because yes, he's a senior. So I don't like taking away playing time from a senior. It's probably the last game he's going to play. I don't know that he'll play in the NFL or not. He may get a look or two, but I just feel like there's got to be some sort of punishment. That can't be okay. And when I say punishment, I think the one thing you could take away from him would be playing time, maybe a quarter or a couple series or whatever it may be. I don't know. What do you think?
I'm just trying to find this part in the fight where you get cold cocked. I think I might have found it. I think this is the one, the back angle. Let me see if I can find this here because I think this is the one where you get cold cocked. Yeah, this is the one right here.
What do you think about my hair right now?
It's long. Oh, man, I thought we got a good view of you getting knocked out.
Why do you want to see it so bad? It's not funny. It hurt.
I mean, you got just...
He hit me right
across the jaw,
man.
No,
it was behind the ear. Like, it was right behind the ear. Which
it was so good.
Really hurt. It didn't feel good.
So, my opinion on the John Battle thing, doggone. Maybe this is it.
So I feel like you take maybe a quarter away from him. Although I do like what he did. I thought it was great. Immature Ryan would say no punishment at all. But, you can't condone that. There's got to be something. There's got to be something there. You know what I mean?
don't know, man.
You know what I mean?
A little bummed here. I didn't get to see you get punched.
Why do you want to watch me get punched?
I'm looking. I want to see this so bad. You're hanging out in the background here. I thought this was maybe where you got punched. But
no, it happened early, and then I got out, bro.
Oh well, I'll find it another time. That's what I get for trying to do this on the spot. So I apologize for if there's probably nobody watching this anymore.
Yeah,
or listening
they are.
to this anymore. Yeah, there actually are some people. That's interesting. That is interesting. Okay. Anyway, so the first comment says. I'm looking. Craig Dugas said it's water under the bridge. Let him play. It's an exhibition anyway. So I don't think that's good enough to say it's water under the bridge and that it's an exhibition. If you're going to play the game and there's going to be a punishment, there has to be a punishment. Mm-hmm. So I absolutely think he should play though, because I think there is zero consistency at all when it comes to throwing punches in what a punishment should be. We can go like the full gamut, right? From if you go back to LeGarrette Blount. Remember in 2009, LeGarrette Blount is at Oregon. They're playing their season opener against Boise State, and he punches that lineman. You remember that?
That was awesome.
Decked him.
Yeah.
LeGarrette Blount was suspended for the whole season. They let him back for the bowl game, but he literally was done the whole year. Now, he acted like an ass. I mean, he threw the punch, and then he couldn't be restrained, and he was going bonkers, and it was a terrible look on a very public setting. I think that was Thursday night to start the college football season. So a lot of eyeballs on that, and it was brutal.
Him.
Yeah, he did.
He got him.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
But LeGarrette Blount got suspended the whole season for that. If you look back at this year, Raekwon Davis from Alabama punches the Missouri guy, and he gets suspended for the first half. Mm-hmm. Or he was just of the next game, I think against Tennessee.
Is that when they were on the ground and he was punching?
Yeah. He threw him 3 kidney punches.
But there wasn't even a foul called during the play, though. That was reviewed later.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay. So there, and then the same year that LeGarrette Blount threw that punch, there was another punch in a San Jose. It was like Idaho and San Jose State, and the kicker threw a punch.
It's legit.
And it was crazy. I think he hit a fan. A fan was talking crap, and he threw a punch at him. And I think they suspended him for a game. And then there was another incident that same year where there was a fight on the field, and nobody got suspended. As a matter of fact, the commissioner of the league, who was Carl Benson, who's now with the Southland, who at the time was the the WAC commissioner.
He was whack.
Was whack. He was like, well, if you do this again, there's going to be a punishment. It was like a warning.
Yeah.
So my point with that is There is absolutely no uniformity to a punishment for throwing a punch.
What?
And it is John Battle's a senior. He's been a good dude. He's been a leader. And in
like
that
John Battle.
situation, like, he's standing there and he watches his guy get punched. And he's like, "The hell are you doing, man?"
Yeah.
Like, and then he throws a punch. It was retaliatory.
Yeah.
So, like, if he were an instigator and I think there should be a greater punishment on Damian Craig for being a jackass and running across the field taunting people.
Has anything happened with Damian Craig?
No.
Nothing. Yeah, no,
I
he's
mean,
good.
Jimbo has said they'll punish from within or whatever. And that, like, no one will
run
mention
laps.
it again, but I don't know what he'll do. Probably nothing. As long as he gets some good recruits. But there's not, like...
Did anything happen? The Ole Miss, Mississippi State, when they had the big fight this year? Did anything come of that? That was a lot of good punches.
Yeah. The commissioner called the two athletic directors to
Said,
Birmingham to be
"You
like,
better-
you better start behaving when you play this game
or
or
you're going
else."
to the corner.
Right.
You put your nose in the corner.
I'll write you a strongly worded letter.
Yep. Fournette got suspended for beating up that big DN.
Saw that.
He beat him up, too.
He did beat him up.
He did.
Oh, that's Booger, bro.
He punked him.
He's 6'1", 230, carved out of stone, runs
He
a 4.3. Like, what do you think?
He punked that
What do you
guy.
think's going to happen?
And he's huge. He's giving up 70 pounds.
Who cares if you're giving up 70
So
pounds?
good.
It's all about good weight. You
And
know
he
what I
got
mean?
suspended. He should have got a pat on the back for that.
See, but the NFL has a different policy. So, like, the NFL has some uniformity in their punishments, and the commissioner has the autonomy to hand down punishments however he wants. So that was, collectively bargained. So I'm not saying that I agree with it, just whatever, but at least there's uniformity there. Like, there's something that says, okay, this is what happens.
Yeah.
Here's a precedent. There's none of that in college
None of it.
football. So I don't care. Like, yeah, you let John Battle go play.
Why isn't there any of that in college football? Is it because there's the different leagues,
Yep.
Should the NCAA take a stance and they be the one that kind of polices all that, or do you like the way it's set up now?
The problem with that is the NCAA, and this is the problem with everything with the NCAA, is that they're not big. The NCAA is not a big enough organization to legislate over 400 and whatever NCAA participating schools. Like, they're one organization. Like, they can't police everything. That's why they require you to turn yourself in. If you misbehave, they require you to turn yourself in because they can't police everybody. So, like, tell on yourself. And if you don't, we find out, then you're really screwed. So the people that are the best, that cheat the best, are the ones that, well, they'll never find out.
The good cheaters.
The really good cheaters.
Should they be a bigger organization?
You're asking a lot of questions today. No, I think the NCAA should be a smaller organization.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, then they wouldn't be able to police anything. It would be the wild west.
Yeah, I don't think the NCAA serves a great purpose for major college athletics anymore. Major college athletics has gotten too big. If the NCAA wants to put on, like, Division III cross-country championships, awesome. Have at it. Someone needs to do that. Hang the banners and get the venues and have the little bibs for everybody that comes and runs. Like, someone has to do all that. So if they want to do that, I think they're really good at that. They're not really good at managing, multi-million-dollar organizations, which is what all these athletic departments have become.
What would happen if
You're asking a lot of questions today.
I like this topic?
Okay.
Do you want me to stop?
No,
I'll stop.
not at all. You can keep asking questions.
What would happen if the NCAA just went away tomorrow?
Are you chewing gum, or are you wearing, like, some type of different cologne or a deodorant today? Hand sanitizer, maybe? You chewing gum?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I'm smelling. And what's up with your hair? It's dry and long. You look like it's a frat. You definitely have a frat swoop. You look full on like college baseball guy now. Actually, not so much, because now college baseball guy goes short hair, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
They go like upcuts.
They go like the Mohawk thing, or they do, they do like the Jersey Shore deal or whatever. Yeah. I'm growing it out. What if the NCAA?
Can you get a close up of his hair, Paul? Can we get a close up of just right there? Look at that.
Is it cute?
That's not the word I would use. You know what, though? When it's dry like that, and today you look older.
No product.
Yeah, you look older today. Remember last week on your birthday, you're like, oh, I look younger than 39. Like, this actually makes you look older. It's weird.
This makes me look young. This makes me look younger.
No, but when you wear product and cut your hair short, I think you look younger. Like, this, I think, makes you look older. Like you're trying to look younger, but you're not.
I'm not trying to look younger.
No, I know, but I'm just saying what the look, what the vibe is.
Okay. Let me see if I can. Is this? Oh God. What is that?
That wasn't a bad look.
Other than the crap in my face. How's that? I can't. It's hard for me to do this.
Yeah. He's swooping his hair for those listening.
Look at the little stuff.
I see that sticking in the back, yeah. It's a good problem to have, though, for you to have all this hair.
How's this? Is this better?
No.
Go back down.
Yep, that's good. Okay, anyway, so you were asking me questions. What if the NCAA goes away tomorrow?
Yeah, like would everything fold? Would it just...
No, because the conferences would collectively... So the conferences are self-sufficient.
How about this?
No, that's not a good look. The conferences are self-sufficient. They run themselves, basically. And the schools agree to abide by conference legislation. And the reason is because it's sort of like the whole is greater than the sum of the parts, so all of them collectively together are more valuable than what each individual school would be worth. Right? Like maybe Bama as a standalone would be worth a ton, but like Vanderbilt isn't worth as much, and Tennessee isn't worth as much. But like all the schools together have create a gigantic like $1 billion pot.
So the SEC without the NCAA doesn't skip a beat.
Correct. The NCAA does not legislate college football's championship. Like, do you realize there's no, like whenever Brad Cressy got the hit and then you came around home and you threw your helmet, you slid in, you threw your helmet in the air, you scored. And then you score and you win the championship, and then they bring you out that Brown trophy. You know what I mean? That national championship trophy. There is no Brown football national championship trophy. The NCAA does not crown a national champion in football. Forever and ever and ever and ever, like the NCAA, like college football, they've outsourced to bowl games, and then writers have just voted on a champion. It's the stupidest thing in the world. And so now the conferences collectively got together and said, okay, we'll do the BCS thing. Well, now the BCS went away, and they're like, okay, we'll do the college football playoff thing. But even still, the college football playoff is its own organization, independent of the NCAA. All of the conferences and schools, by proxy, have collectively said, we'll let you run our playoff and crown our champion, and we'll abide by whatever you say. So you pick our 4, and then we'll do whatever.
Yeah, we talked about this last week where it would be Matt and Ryan's
correct. This interests you now.
Playoff deal.
Am I explaining this well?
The NCAA would have no bearing on that whatsoever. Like, so in other words, they would just do whatever they wanted. Here's my question. Is it football only that it is as drastic as you're saying? Because in baseball, you do get the Brown Trophy.
Right.
In basketball, you do as well.
Right.
But in football, it seems like it's...
Because it's not a big enough product. So understand, like, you would have a much more difficult time if you were the SEC or the Pac-12 or, like, collectively getting together a baseball championship organization. So the NCAA's primary function is to run championships. Like, that's its primary function.
They're not a governing body. They're not a...
well, they are a governing body. But their primary function, they were created to run championships, to organize the championships in intercollegiate athletics. But so with baseball, though, like you couldn't have like a private organization could come in and say, okay, we want to run a baseball championship. Could they do it any better than what's being run right now with the regionals and College World Series and all that stuff? Probably not.
Yeah.
So I don't know the benefit of doing that.
What does the NCAA do?
They organize championships
for those sports.
For every other sport, and then they do legislate. You know, they have an NCAA rule book, a handbook by which the member institutions must abide.
Why?
And then they can levy punishments if they break the rules.
Why must they abide it?
Because they're all under the NCAA's jurisdiction.
Why does football doesn't have to abide by it?
Football is, but the NCAA doesn't crown a champion. But football still has to abide by NCAA rules.
But why?
Participation.
They're not doing anything other than. I mean, if like you said earlier, they govern themselves basically. They self-report. Like, why wouldn't football just totally separate from the NCAA altogether?
I would love to see that happen.
But no. I mean, think about it.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
I've said that many, many times. I wish that the Power Five would go away from the NCAA permanently and say, bleep you, we're just going to go run our own thing over here.
Why not?
They could absolutely do it.
It sounds that way.
They absolutely could do it. It's just about having that was a big step with Power 5 autonomy. So a few years back, I mean, I feel like we're probably losing a lot of people on this. I don't know if everybody cares.
Okay, well then
if Brad Bass is watching. Hi, Brad. I saw Brad Bass at the state championship game this weekend. We got to talk about that too.
Hey, I saw Brad on Sunday at Sosa's
what's
boutique
that?
across the river. His wife owns a boutique.
Okay.
Houston did a video for it. You know what? I need to send it to you because it's really good. We did a commercial.
Okay.
Me and Hugh.
Darren James is watching. What's up, DJ?
Talk to me.
Need to sell
He
your
won't
house.
be watching for long.
No, he's gonna go. He's
probably
his phone's gonna ring, and then he's gonna be able to sell a house.
Yeah.
That's I know. Anyway, so we really deviated here, but I don't mind it at all. It's one of the good things about podcasts and doing long form. But yes, I would very much like for college football collectively, the Power 5, those 60 teams thereabouts, to say, okay, we're done with you forever. We're going to go just run our own thing over here.
Yeah.
And a few years back, that was a big thing about Power 5 autonomy. If you remember, the Power 5 wanted to provide cost of attendance. Remember that whole thing? Did you remember that buzzword?
No.
They wanted to be able to pay their student athletes more for their cost of attendance. Like more than just whatever the stipend was. They wanted to give them more. It's like $2,000 a month or a semester, whatever it was. Well, the problem is the rest of the FBS, like your ULLs, your Group of 5, all of them,
dorks. They
can't afford to do that. So they had more votes
because there was more of them.
Because there are more of them. They had more votes, and so the power. Mike Slive stood up and said, "Bleep you!
Yeah.
Like, why are we acquiescing to you? Like, you only exist because we let you, which is true.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if the Power 5 wanted to go away and say, we're not playing you ever again. So those $1 million payouts that fund your entire never again. Don't call us. We're not playing you. We're only playing each other. Like, they could absolutely do it. So Mike Slive lobbied for Power 5 autonomy. So said, look, we'll pay him whatever we want. You don't have to, but we're going to do it. And every commissioner followed suit. And then, of course, Power 5 autonomy was passed that year. Because they had no choice.
Some gangster stuff going on, huh?
But you have to have power players.
Yeah.
And Mike Slive was one, which is why there's such a stark contrast right now to the current commissioner of the SEC, who does not have that clout, Greg Sankey.
Yeah, he stinks.
I'm not going to say he stinks.
I will.
You can, but he certainly doesn't have the cachet yet that his predecessor did.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe at some point he will, but he doesn't yet.
Mm-mm.
There's no question.
I had a special guest coming in today, but they ran into some car trouble.
Who?
Roy Corcoran.
Really?
It was going to be gold.
Why was he going to come in?
He was going to come eat lunch, and he's probably top 5 funniest people that I know.
But why would he have come on here?
Well, because we were going to eat lunch, and I was like, hey, you want to come talk sports? He's like, I don't know, man. What am I going to talk about? I said, well, it'll be funny. I don't know. We'll figure it out, though. He's like, all right. He's now the head coach over at Silliman. And he threw 100 at one point in his life.
Roy Corcoran threw 100? I remember Roy Corcoran as a short guy throwing big benders.
Ooh, big gas. Big cheese.
He threw some gas, did he?
Big leaguer. Big leaguer. And Tim, his brother. Big leaguer. Who'd have known? Slaughter, Louisiana. Pride of Slaughter.
Did Roy play on the 2000 team?
01. Mm-hmm.
Well, the fact that you didn't bring Roy Corcoran in?
Blew a turbo in his head gaskets in his truck on the way. He's on, yeah.
But for future reference, if you're gonna do that, like, give me a heads up.
Well,
I would. No. Give me a heads up.
I would have. It happened after we talked. I would have given you a heads up if it wasn't for the fact that he blew a head gasket, or turbo, whatever he did. And then he wasn't. Obviously, he's not here, so he didn't come. So I didn't need to give you a heads up, but I would have. 5-minute head up.
It's now time to kick rocks with Ryan Theriot.
Kick rock.
Kick rocks.
NBA can kick rocks because they're so dang sensitive.
What are you looking at? Kick rocks.
As a matter of fact, the NFL can kick rocks too.
We've got rocks. You know what to do.
In that case, then Matt's going to have to kick rocks.
Now let's see if Ryan Theriot actually prepared for this week's segment.
I'm going to tell myself to kick rocks.
Get on down the road and kick rocks.
The comment says, punished from within. Pat on the ass and told, good job.
Oh, yeah.
With John Battle. That is funny.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Before we start Kick Rocks, why don't you tell people about Prime Occupational Medicine, great sponsor of the Riot podcast.
You can check them out at primeoccmed.com or give them a call at 225-749-5750. The good people at Prime Occupational Medicine, Safety, Human Resources, Corporate Planning. Listen, if you got a workforce, you want that workforce to be in good shape. You want them to be healthy. You want them to be happy. The people at Prime Medicine can do that for you. If they're healthy, if they're happy, they'll be better workers. They're better workers who make more money. Sweet.
So someone just stuck their head in the door and said there's a fire and we have to go.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Paul, would you mind just going and seeing like if there's an actual fire or if an idiot just pulled the fire alarm? You just leave that one shot on. We'll keep doing kick rocks. The good news is there is an emergency exit right here to our left.
We can scale the wall.
We can just there's stairs, so we can get out.
Yeah, we're good.
But we're just going to keep going.
Let's keep going.
This is kind of devastating, though. Is it like people who install fire alarms and have stuff like it's like no. What do you do with so let's say you're in a building and a fire alarm goes off. What do you do?
I just go, whatever.
You sit there, right.
Pulled the
Who
fire
pulled the
alarm?
fire alarm?
Like we're doing right now.
Exactly.
If the ceiling falls, it's your fault.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I'm a
like
little nervous
nobody
right now.
pays attention to it.
They don't.
Okay, kick rocks.
Okay, the New England Patriots can kick rocks.
Okay.
Yeah. The last play of the game was absolutely ridiculous. You're a professional team. You've been practicing that drill right there, that play right there forever. You probably do it. You probably do it at every practice. Okay.
Well, Paul said the fire department's here. I don't care that the fire department's here. Like, if the fire alarm went off, they'd probably have to be dispatched. But, do we actually have a fire in the building?
Oh, how's he going to know, Matt? What do you want me to go to the fire? And
Ask.
The lady just came in and said there's a fire. Y'all need to get out of the building.
I don't care if there's a fire truck. Would you please find someone and ask, is there a fire in the, do we have to, we're doing a live show. Thank you. I mean.
I smell smoke.
All I smell is your gum. But what I'm saying, so this is actually fascinating. This is the best part
Go
ever.
for it. We're grinders.
I'm not leaving here until I know definitively.
You want Fire Marshal Bill to walk through that door
Someone
and
has
go,
to say to me, Matt,
let me tell you something.
Matt, there's
Remember
a
that?
fire and you've got to get out of the building.
She just said that.
No, she didn't say that.
Pretty much.
No.
How do you know what she said? You had your headphones on.
Craig Dugas said, Matt, you have to evacuate for a fire alarm. It's building code. Hey, Craig, I'm not evacuating.
Nope.
I don't care what building code is. What I know is I'm doing a live show right now, and I'm not leaving unless if I have to leave. So that can kick rocks. Victor said, am I about to see y'all die live?
Oh, man.
This would be the biggest, the highest rated Riot podcast or Facebook Live video in the history of 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
I smell smoke.
I just smell your gum.
If we died live, yeah, it'd be rated high.
So people that say eyes.
I'd be so pissed at you if we did.
Me too. I'd be pissed at me too. All right, people that say eyes can kick rocks.
Eyes?
I''S. So
Who says that?
People who go, Ryan and I's truck caught on fire. People say eyes. If you just logically think about what you're saying, in no reality have you ever been taught that I''S is okay. What people do is they put the possessive on Ryan and I, come over to my wife and I's house. No. In no reality have you ever been taught or seen written I''S. Because it doesn't exist. So I would like for people who practice bad grammar to recognize that and to do better and never, ever, ever use I''S.
Okay. That was stupid.
No, but that's how we started the podcast today. Mm-hmm. So I wrote it down because I wanted to talk about that.
Yeah, that was dumb.
It's not dumb.
Yeah,
I'm helping people. I'm helping people be more educated.
Rob Gronkowski can kick rocks. You look like an unathletic slob.
Why you just did this one? This was the last one you did. So is there a fire? If there's a fire on the other side of the building, is it like someone burnt toast or something? So we're good. Okay, we're good. See? Now, we were going to shut this down and storm out of here because someone burnt toast on the other side of the building.
Yeah.
And now we're good. Fire department's got it contained. We're good? We're good. See?
Who'd you talk to?
Huh? Cade.
Cade.
Operations manager. Cade Wassan. So
I
we're
trust
good.
Cade.
Okay. Did you see what that guy Ottavino said?
Adam Ottavino?
Did you see what he said?
No, what did he say?
Oh, my gosh. Okay.
I know him. I like him, though.
So he was on the MLB StatCast podcast.
Okay.
And he said Babe Ruth couldn't keep up today. He said, quote, I had an argument with a coach in AAA about Babe Ruth's effectiveness in today's game. I said, Babe Ruth, with that swinging that bat, I got him hitting 140 with 8 homers. He's like, are you nuts? Babe Ruth would hit 370 with 60 homers. And I'm like, I would strike Babe Ruth out every time. I'm not trying to disrespect him, rest in peace, Shout out to Babe Ruth. But it was a different game. I mean, The guy ate hot dogs and drank beer and did whatever he did. It was just a different game. What do you think?
I agree with him.
So, by the way, Babe Ruth in a 22-year career, batted 342, how you doing, with 714 homers. All-time leader in slugging and OPS.
I agree with him. Here's what I will say. Babe Ruth, with that swing, he would strike him out every time. But Babe Ruth, probably if he was playing today, wouldn't have that swing. He would have changed his swing. That swing worked for Babe Ruth because that's all he had to do, and the pitchers stunk and the whole deal. I would have to imagine that if Babe Ruth was alive today, he would have changed his swing, and it would be different. So I don't know. It's tough to say.
Babe Ruth would have struck you out every time that you came up to the plate.
And he would have struck everybody. I mean, he's a pitcher, like the whole
Lefty.
deal. Yeah, nasty. So
2.28 career ERA.
Yeah.
Won 20 games twice.
He wouldn't have struck me out every time, but
He got you every time.
Probably not.
He's the best ever.
I hit lefties pretty good.
He's a great Bambino.
He's a great Bambino.
He's gotten you.
I mean, maybe once or twice.
All right, you're next.
Buster Douglas can kick rocks
Wow.
for beating Mike Tyson
Yeah, but that.
when he wasn't supposed to in an unbelievable fight that I watched.
Me too.
And basically, it was the beginning of the end, really the beginning of the end of one of the most polarizing athletes ever, saying Mike Tyson, the knockout king. And you can kick rocks for that because he was must-see TV.
You going to watch that thing tonight?
Are you going to watch it?
Oh, yeah. By the way, that was the beginning of the end for Mike Tyson. That was 1990. Evander bit Tyson's ear in 97. Like, that was the end for Mike Tyson.
The beginning of the end. Evander was the end of the end.
No, Tyson was still pretty salty.
Dude.
Hang on, I'm going to pull up his career record. That was definitely not the beginning of the end for Mike Tyson.
I think it was.
It was just, that was a Mike Tyson who had like, I think his trainer had died or something like that. He was overweight. He went to, I think that in Japan or whatever. Now
Beginning of the end, yeah.
The rape trial, now going to prison, like that was bad. Like that was really bad. So anyway.
That was about the middle of the end for him, for me.
So after the Buster Douglas fight, which you say was the beginning of the end
started it all.
For 23-year-old Mike Tyson, by the way.
Yeah.
Tyson was 23 when Buster Douglas beat him.
It was.
He beat Henry Tillman, Alex Stewart, Donovan Ruddock again, Peter McNeely, Buster Mathis, Frank Bruno, Bruce Selden. He won 8 straight fights after that, and then lost his back-to-back fights to Evander.
He beat up,
but he went from 91 to 95 without fighting because he was in prison, and then he got out and he beat up Peter McNeely in like a minute.
Yeah, he beat up a bunch of scrubs. It was the beginning of the end for him. It really was. He was the youngest world champion of all time, so he had 5 years of just dominating people before he got beat by Buster.
The weather can kick rocks.
Why? I love it.
It was 28 degrees last night.
Oh, it was perfect. I loved it.
Sucks. I hate cold weather. What else you got?
I had to put my chickens up last night. I didn't want them to get cold. That's it. That's all I got.
I thought you were going to bring me chicken eggs. We're going to eat them live on the air.
Yeah, well, I forgot to do that.
Yeah, shocked because you do so much prep all the time for all this stuff all the time.
All the time.
I got one more. John Curtis can kick rocks.
Why?
What do you mean why?
For being good? That's an ill-advised kick rock. That's not a good kick rock. That's not good.
I drove down to New Orleans on Saturday. Went to go watch my team win a state championship.
All right.
And they played John Curtis, and Curtis won 49-7.
Okay, I got one. Catholic High can kick rocks for only scoring 7 points.
You can kick rocks.
Yeah, it's not John Curtis's fault. I mean, what do you want him to do? Let Catholic win?
Yep.
No, and look, newsflash. That was a young team. Quarterback was a sophomore or a junior. It's going to be bad next year, too.
Guggenheim? No.
Oh, yeah. The Googs, bro.
Googs. He was there last year.
The Googs is back next year.
See him next year in the Dome.
Is he a fullback?
Yeah. At the next level, he's
playing
a fullback.
quarterback?
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. They can kick rocks. John Curtis.
That's not a good one.
Can I tell JT Curtis to kick rocks?
For what?
For wearing a sweatshirt that has his name across it. That's the size of his chest.
It said JT Curtis on the sweatshirt?
Said Curtis, but it's kind of cool.
Oh.
I wanted to take a picture and tweet, like, that's the most obnoxious name tag ever. Like, it's like literally from, like, the entire midsection, like bottom breast to belly button, side to side, Curtis. Just right. it's actually a pretty boss move if you could swing it. So, oh man,
That's what I've been texting with today.
who
Johnny Curtis.
is that? JT's son?
It is.
Well, tell him to kick rocks for me.
He didn't do anything. He was coaching at Ball State.
Oh, I get it. So now because his dad won a game and like you're texting because you're friends with him, blah 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 blah. Now you're not going to tell him anything. Like you're taking his side because you're texting with him instead of taking my side, your friend.
Catholic can kick rocks for only scoring 7 points on the biggest stage. That's brutal. You're better than that.
John Curtis can kick rocks. All right, LSU Hoops tomorrow. We're going to do Ask Us coming up here shortly. If you're watching live on Facebook, I understand a lot of people will listen to this on the podcast or watch it later. We record this live at noon on the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge Facebook page every Tuesday. So join us for that. We'll do Ask Us, so you can ask us anything about anything here in just a second. Oh, my Aunt Nancy's watching.
Hey,
Aunt Nancy.
is Nancy the one that makes the sweet stuff, the good stuff?
No,
the
that's my Aunt Linda and my Aunt Karen.
Okay.
Those are my mom's sisters.
What can Nancy do? Can she make good stuff?
She's awesome. That's my godmother.
Oh, yeah, she's the best.
She is the best.
Yep.
She's awesome. LSU Hoops plays Houston tomorrow. What do you think?
I think it's good that we're starting to play some like real teams other than church teams. But my mind is not where it was with the LSU Hoops, man. I'm not as confident as I once. I'm not totally off of them.
You're off them.
But the first few games, I was just really excited, and they've kind of regressed a little bit. I'm interested to see with the step up of competition with Houston and then the tournament coming up how.
It's not a tournament. They're playing one game out in Vegas.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Without the Vegas thing comes up, and then going into SEC, it's gonna be interesting. I think we'll learn a lot about this team in the next few weeks.
Do you think LSU's favored against Houston?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes.
Oh, really? Check this out. That's the ESPN Basketball Power Index predictor, the matchup predictor.
Why is
they give Houston an 81% chance of winning this game? LSU's got an 18% chance of winning the game.
So Olajuwon and
I got Barkley out of retirement.
So Olajuwon and who else? Who played for Houston back in the day?
Clyde Drexler.
Drexler, yeah.
Is
Houston good?
They're a good team. They're ranked. They're 8-0. They beat Oklahoma State on Sunday by 10 in Stillwater. That's the Oklahoma State team that punked LSU down in Orlando. This is a pretty good team, man. They're long. They can rebound. Pretty athletic. They can shoot. They're good. They'll defend. If LSU goes and turns it over 15 times like they did against the church school last week, they're in trouble, bro. But I'm curious to see if LSU might pull out its best game. If LSU goes and plays its best game, they can win. For sure. I mean, like, LSU ran. It's so disappointing because, like, LSU ran with Florida State. Florida State's the best team LSU's played so far.
Yep.
And LSU had them beat. Like, flat had them beat. 38 minutes. They were the better team. Yep. Actually, 39 minutes and 30 seconds. If Tremont Waters makes a free throw, they win the game.
Mm-hmm.
And they beat Florida State. They beat a ranked team. And everyone's super excited. And they don't play Oklahoma State the next day. They would have played Villanova, I guess.
Yeah, that would.
Villanova's not been in any great shakes, man. They've struggled out the gate a little bit so far. I think Furman, who LSU plays next week, beat Villanova.
Yeah.
So the point is, look, you get Houston, you get St. Mary's, you come home against Furman, who I don't know if Furman's ranked, but they're on the cusp of it because Furman's been pretty. I know you're gonna laugh, but Furman's been pretty good this year. And then
LSU's not ranked, are they?
No. And then you got ULM. So you got a good opportunity here, your next three games, to actually get some good net opportunity. Furman's 23rd right now.
I'm trying to figure out an identity, a Will Wade identity. Like what is his ideal type of team? You know, is it a defense oriented? Is it a
he wants to defend and rebound?
Okay.
And then he said you do that, you can have some liberties on offense. But the problem is they're not defending really well right now.
Right.
And I think I've listened to Hunt Palmer on his podcast. He's talked about this, and God bless him. He's watched some of the games like no one was watching Incarnate Word on Sunday. I was watching the Saints. But he'll watch those games and do the podcast. It's like, look, it's one of those things where sometimes you get a roster full of guys that were dominating high school players a year ago and maybe didn't have to get back or give great effort on defense. You do that even against Incarnate Word. You do that against Greensboro. Mm-hmm. You do that against Oklahoma State. You're going to get punked. And I think they're learning the hard way. So here's hoping like they start listening.
It's at Houston?
At the Fertitta Center.
Oh, the Fighters.
No, Tillman Fertitta.
Yeah.
The guy who owns Landry's. He's not a fighter.
Oh, he doesn't own UFC?
No, different Fertitta.
Really?
Yeah.
Those guys are loaded.
I know.
Wish my last name was Fertitta.
I think they sold.
Is that Gabe's cousin?
He might. Should be, right?
I need to call Gabe.
See if he's related to Tillman.
Yeah, well, give us some free food or some
the
UFC.
Or the Fertittas that are the Vegas Fertittas.
That's what I'm saying. So it's not the same person?
It's not the same person for sure. I'm curious if they're related. It would seem like they would be, right? I mean,
They're
you have that much
absolutely
money, you got to
related.
be that.
Yeah, I mean, they're related. They are. What's his name? Tillman?
Tillman Fertitta. He owns the Landry's chain. So, like Landry Seafood. They got the what's the restaurant that's like outdoor that's got like the jungle theme?
It's called, I mean, I've been there.
It's like the animals come to life and all that stuff.
Super creepy. And
Yeah. That place. Yep. They own that.
Does he own Vic and Anthony's?
I think so, yeah.
Love that place.
Yeah.
Papados?
No. Let's see if Tillman Fertitta is related to the UFC people. A third cousin of former UFC owners Lorenzo and Frank Fertitta.
God, they're so loaded.
So they're third cousins. So I mean, come on. It's not like they're brothers.
Yeah, but I mean, they're still related. Wow. Gabe's going to be loaded when they kick the can, isn't he?
He owns Golden Nugget too. Tillman owns Rainforest Cafe. That's
Rainforest,
it. Thank you. Thank you, Michael Clark. Rainforest Cafe. Okay.
Rainforest Cafe might be the most uneasy dinner experience ever.
Yeah, it's not good.
With the loud, elephants in your ear.
Indigestion.
Yeah.
Yeah. He owns Golden Nugget too.
How you doing?
He's doing all right. All right, we are gonna do Ask Us here in just a second. So line up your questions if you're watching us on Facebook. Thank you. Ask us anything about anything. Start lining them up. We'll get to that in a second. Real quick though, MLB winter meetings. I know you wanted to touch on this. Do you think that there's actually anything going to come of all of these conversations about secret teams and this 3-team trade and the Yankees and the Marlins and Bryce Harper? Or is this all just things that people have to talk about to get storylines this time of year?
No, I mean, I think there's definitely teams that are in on it that we don't know about for sure. The ones that have been the most vocal the whole time with the Phillies and, obviously New York's going to have their name in the hat and even Washington. But I do believe that there are some teams in there. And a lot of times, man, in this scenario, you'll see the guys go to a team that nobody even knew about. Don't count out like Chicago.
Cubs.
Yep. I wouldn't count out Chicago on a couple of these big deals. This is a team that's got tons of money. They've proven that they're not afraid to spend it. San Francisco is another one that's been mentioned a little bit on the Harper deal. And so remember San Fran when they gave Barry that 6-year, $100 and whatever it was $1 million deal. That kind of triggered the whole deal out there in San Fran with Dusty coming in, and you had Will and the guys before that, but it was.
Bryce Harper's going to Chicago, dude.
Bryce Harper's going to Chicago?
Yeah, I've told you this all along.
Yeah.
Bryce Harper's going to Chicago. And Mike Trout's going to go to the Yankees.
Maybe. That'd be awesome.
Why?
Oh, Chicago would be so good. He would. Bryce Harper would hit 60, 65 homers there.
Yeah.
He would.
It's cold.
For a little while.
Yeah.
When it gets hot, and it does get hot, when it gets hot, the ball jumps.
So, do you think Kyler Murray should play football?
I do.
Why?
Easier. His skill set's better. There's not as many variables.
He's a 5'9" quarterback that has to run. He will get killed in the NFL.
There's no guarantees that he makes.
And there's a greater guarantee that he gets decapitated in the NFL.
He'd make more money. He'd be guaranteed. This is going to sound stupid. He'd be guaranteed more money in the NFL.
Nah.
Meaning, this is what I mean.
Okay.
He's guaranteed to play in the NFL. And now it's different now than it was 15 years ago. They would, especially with Oakland, are going to fast track him to the big leagues because they spent some money on him. But he could easily struggle and just kind of be whatever. I mean, I actually had this thought the other day.
Did you watch him play at Oklahoma?
Baseball?
Baseball.
Mm-mm.
You've not watched him play. Okay.
I've seen
Okay, no. I want you to watch him play and then come back to me with this because he's a center fielder that catches everything, like plus center field. I mean, he was the 9th pick of the draft.
Yeah.
And then he hits for power and average in the middle of the lineup. Oklahoma's a good baseball program. He hit 400 last year.
Yeah, I mean with an aluminum bat, like there's just
I get it.
Different.
But college baseball now is also different as well.
That league is not a great baseball. That's not a baseball league.
The Big 12?
Big 12. Who you got? Texas?
TCU and Texas Tech.
okay.
Dude, like TCU keeps churning pitchers into the show. Like no, that the Big 12 is a better baseball league for sure.
Than football? I don't know about that. I don't know if I agree with that.
They have nothing in football outside of Oklahoma and Texas. If Oklahoma and Texas stink, they stink. They're nothing. Kansas? Kansas State? Baylor?
Yeah. No, look, I'm with
Oklahoma State every now and then.
I'm with Oklahoma State's good. They're not bad.
They were 6-6 this year.
No, I'm talking about baseball.
Oh,
They're not bad.
I'm talking about football.
I guess we're talking about both. It's Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray absolutely needs to go.
Okay, so what I really want to see. I'm pissed that he won the Heisman, by the way. And
Me too.
So I'm kind of
Thank
hating
you.
a little bit.
Dude, I am so annoyed by people who are like, get over it, Matt. I'm like, all right, just be.
bull.
So you hate Alabama. I get it. You don't want Alabama guy to do well. But like, Tua didn't play in a fourth quarter for 8 weeks. He wrecked college football. People are like, well, if you took Tua off Alabama, they'll still so.
Yeah, that's not his fault.
By that merit, then you'd never give it to a quarterback ever. If you just want to go based on how many wins above, then give it to Cole Tracy. Damn it, he gave LSU 3 wins this year.
It's it was brutal. It was a bad pick, and I think it was an emotional pick by all those that were choosing. But whatever. I mean, that's water on the bridge. I would love to see him do both. I mean, we were so blessed in our childhood to see Bo Jackson and Deion Sanders. Yeah. I mean, how special was that? Dude goes straight from the Pro Bowl to the baseball field, straight from the World Series to the football field. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, it'll never happen.
It's just no. But I would love to see that happen again. So I'm pulling for the kid. I hope he does great. But it's just tough, man.
Now we got to wrap up. Stu, ask us. Tell people about Prime Occupational Medicine. And while Ryan tells you about Prime Occupational Medicine, you should get your questions in on Facebook Live right now. Hashtag ask us, or just fire away questions. Ask anything about anything. Ask us. Let's do it.
If you're a business owner,
yep,
you need to call the people at Prime.
Wow.
Right now, immediately.
Why should
225-749-5750. Ask for my man Sean. He's a guy. Or you could ask for Doug Thompson.
The Duggar?
The Duggar.
Like teach me how to Dougie?
Absolutely.
Like
big curveball,
like
world
Dynasty?
champion. Yeah, Doug, that guy.
Wow. Like champions again and again and again. Dynasty?
Well, here's what
Duggar?
Prime does.
Arms in the air?
Yeah.
Like stole the win from Cougar in 97?
Yeah, champions. That's what they do.
Oh.
Only champions go there.
Why did Skip pull?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know.
I mean, Cougar would have been the only player in the history of college baseball to win 2 national championship games.
Yep. I don't know.
And Skipper pulled him like in the middle of the 5th.
Yeah.
Like he was right. It was right about to be eligible for the win in a blowout.
Yeah. Pulled him.
What's up with that?
Oh, it's kind of weak, man. I wonder if he's apologized for that.
I'm dead serious about that. Like I've always wondered about that. I've never asked Cougar like, hey,
was he hurt? Maybe.
No. I think maybe he gave up like a double and Skip's like, all right, let's go. Next guy.
Get him out of here.
It's like Skip. It's 13-2.
Yeah.
I mean.
Well, regardless, Doug's over there at Prime.
Yeah.
And if you have any
but
questions,
I'm super psyched for Duggar.
Yeah.
I love the Duggar.
Yeah, he's a winner.
He is.
Yeah,
I love the Duggar.
as seen in the national title game.
180 strikeouts that year, something like that. Absurd. I mean,
the pitch that they called strike 3 to win the game was literally 2 feet off the plate.
Well, it's also college umpires.
Yeah, a big fact.
They're going to give you more.
He was ready to go.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, you can call Doug.
Call Doug.
If you're a business owner, Doug can help you. They make the workforce happy. They keep them healthy. If you have a healthy and a happy workforce, Matt, you have a productive one.
Yeah,
if you have a productive workforce, Matt, guess what?
You're
making that cheese.
You are.
The people at Prime take care with the drug testing. If you have an injury on site, injury on the job, you can send them over to Prime. They can take care of that for you. They're also mobile, so they can go on site and help you as well off at your place. So call the people at Prime, 225-749-5750.
Ask Ryan, best Dempster story.
Oh, man, I got so many. He is beautiful, by the way.
Like a beautiful man?
No, just really funny and a good guy to hang out with. Demp once broke his toe and went on the DL. He's one of our best pitchers.
Mm-hmm.
Jumping over the fence to celebrate a walk-off victory.
Wow.
Went on the DL. Broke his toe.
Beauty.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Kirk said, Scone is a true professional, risking life and limb to bring sports to the masses.
I was a little nervous earlier. You weren't leaving.
I wasn't leaving. No way. We had a fire in the building earlier. We didn't leave. Nope. The fire alarm was going off, fire truck outside. Someone came in like, y'all have to get out. There's a fire. I said, not leaving.
No, I'm not leaving.
Live show. Have you ever heard this phrase, the show must go on? You ever heard that?
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Yeah.
Eyes love that one.
Your little smirk was the best part of that.
You liked it, huh?
Because you knew you were doing it. You're like, I'm going to look away. Because you're like, if I look at him, I'm going to blow him away. That's really good. All right, ask us, Cane's or Chick-fil-A?
Cane's.
Cane's.
Yeah, Cane's. Come
I
on.
like Chick-fil-A sandwiches. But I'm going like tenders, the sauce, the whole deal, and Baton Rouge Company, the crinkle cut fries.
So many good memories.
Cane's?
Yeah.
But as a kid, I did like going to Cortana Mall when they had a Chick-fil-A in there. Because they didn't have Chick-fil-A's anywhere else. So we go to Cortana, we get Chick-fil-A. But that was before Cane's was around. But if you put, like, just put tenders on this, like if you go, all right, here's a plate of chicken tenders with cane sauce, or Chick-fil-A nuggets with barbecue sauce.
Or the Polynesian's good.
What's the Polynesian?
It's a sauce they have. It's good.
From where?
Chick-fil-A.
Oh, no, I would just go barbecue. I would go Cane's. I'd go Cane's.
Me too.
Let's see. Ask us, favorite Christmas movie? Christmas Vacation.
That's obvious. I like Santa Claus. I like the Santa Claus movies.
The one with Tim Allen?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so stupid.
No, it's not.
That's stupid.
No,
Paul,
you're stupid.
You're stupid. Oh, the Mrs. Claus.
Mm-hmm.
Ask us early projections on the 2019 baseball season, LSU baseball season.
They're going to be really, really, really good. I'm excited, as excited as I've ever been about a team. I think they're gonna be good, man. As far as projections go, I don't know. I said this earlier. There's too many variables, but they have a ton of talent.
If this team is not in Omaha, it's a failure.
It is.
It is a failure. They will have more arms than they've ever had in the Maneri era.
Offensively, they're loaded, man.
They
can really hit.
Before we even talk about that, right? But like, if you just think, okay, last year the best pitch, like their most reliable guy last year was Mikhail Hilliard, right? I mean, Hess was the front of the rotation guy, and he struggled early, found his groove, and then struggled again late. But Hilliard was their most consistent, reliable guy. He's probably not even in the rotation this year, right?
No, I mean there's
you turn Hess, you get Walker back. And then
the kid
probably Marceau.
Marceau, the kid from New Orleans, a freshman. Marceau is just an unbelievable fall. Like, great reviews,
dude,
from the guys.
I mean, and then you're talking about,
look, they got arms.
They got
you can go. They got arms for days. They offensively, they're loaded. You said
like
Omaha.
This is the team.
Yeah, I wouldn't say just get to Omaha. I mean, I think this is a legit contender, and I haven't been from a talent standpoint. I'm partial to 2000, obviously, because we won it that year. But like 2009, loaded. I mean, you look at all the big leaguers on that team. Yeah. This is a similar team.
It's hard to predict a national championship because of the variance in baseball. Like you could show up in the championship series, have the best team, and your ace has diarrhea that day and it just doesn't have it, and you lose. Like you could lose a 1-0 game where their guy is just on. You know what I mean? But when you look at the sample, like when you have enough of a sample to say, okay, where would you project? Well, over a 56-game regular season, they should win the SEC and host a regional and be a national seed. And if you're playing a 2 out of 3 super regional at the box, if this team loses that, that's a massive disappointment this year.
Yeah, I agree.
So, like, they should be in Omaha. Like, if they're not in Omaha, something went very, very wrong this year. Now, when you get there over 10 days, like, can you put it all together and win or maybe 2 weeks, potentially 14 days? Can you put it all together and win it? We'll see, but they should absolutely be there. All right, ask us, what do you think of the Not Moscona Twitter? That's from Mason Becknell.
I like it.
I'm indifferent. I guess I'm partially flattered, like that someone cares enough, like that you matter enough that someone would do that.
You and Hawthorne, man.
Yeah?
You and Hawthorne.
I'm just indifferent.
Have you seen Hawthorne's?
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
I love it. Jacques does a great job at that.
Yeah. Who does that? Jacques?
It's not been confirmed, but it's got to be, right?
It has to be.
It's got to be. Ask us, Hooters or Pluckers?
Duh. What kind of question is that?
Why would you even type that out?
I mean,
stupidest question ever.
That's
Pluckers are the best friends in the history of the world.
So you're going to get a sandwich there on the way home?
Are you really?
Yeah.
I want one.
You want a sandwich? Sandwich is good. You know what's
I
sneaky?
can't. That's 1 o'clock already.
You know what's sneaky really good at Pluckers?
What?
The tater tots.
Oh, really? I've never had them.
Yes.
What? I've never had them.
Dude, their tater tots are sneaky good.
I wish I got to prep. I got to prep for AFR.
Well,
One air in 2 hours.
Why don't you waiter it? Bring it. Give them to bring it over.
No. Ask us, how did you two become friends? That's from Richard Bruce.
Yeah, so I've known Erica. I've known Erica for a long time.
It's not funny anymore.
And
Erica is my wife. They went
Yep.
to elementary school together.
I did an interview with Matt in 2010, I believe it was.
Yup.
And after the interview, Erica called me and asked me if I'd go on. And after the interview,
That's when nobody listened to the show.
Yeah.
Like, we'd been on air for like 3 months.
Yeah,
and
nobody
nobody knew that. Like,
Yeah.
we were only on 104.5 FM, and you couldn't even hear it down the block.
yeah, it was brutal. And then I came on, and then it took off. Anyway, after the
Not
interview,
really.
I called Erica after the interview, and I said, hey, listen, anytime he wants to have me on, I'd be more than happy to come on
Oh,
because I enjoyed the interview. I thought it was good.
that's good.
And then I guess, I didn't really like you that much then, but now I like you. I guess you've kind of grown on me.
Johnette just texted. Johnette is the lady who walked in earlier to tell us the building was on fire.
Yeah.
She just texted me. I'm so sorry. Thought I'd never walk in with the on-air light on, but they were saying evacuate. There was smoke, and I didn't want you guys to die.
We didn't
I
want
got
that either,
scared.
Johnette. Yeah.
Hashtag no fire. Hashtag obviously no fire alarms either. It's all right. Like, she doesn't know that actually made the whole podcast.
Yeah, it was good.
It was
Yeah,
fantastic.
thanks.
Let's see. Ask us project total yards by UCF in the Fiesta Bowl.
275.
360. Ask us, did you get your money for the bet? Nope. Hey,
Yeah.
fellas, is this
Yeah.
podcast on Spotify? Yes. Wait, I don't know. I don't know, Terry. Basically, wherever. So this publishes the same way all of our show podcasts do. So, like, if you subscribe to 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge on iTunes or anywhere, Spreaker, Stitcher, all that stuff, Podbean, then this goes there. I don't know if we're on Spotify. We got to be on Spotify, right?
Have to be.
Got to be on Spotify. If we're not, I'll get that rectified. Thank you, Terry. Matthew Shelley asked us, Matt, you and Ryan going to do some commercials like T-Bob and Pixley? Oh, he does.
Yeah,
No,
nah.
I endorse aesthetic medicine.
I've tried to get him to do a face peel deal, and it'd be really good.
We need to do
It'd
that,
go viral, and they'd sell a gajillion face peels.
That's true.
You don't want to do it.
I definitely
so
want to do
whatever.
it. We just got to get on their schedule. Ask us, what do you think of Coach O calling out players for sitting out the bowl game? Quote, team comes first.
Who did he call out?
I guess he did that today.
Yeah, no, I don't like that.
Better be careful with that because more guys are going to do it.
No, this is the trend has started.
Oh, yeah.
And all it's going to do is if anybody that might get drafted ain't playing in the bowl game.
Trivia, ask us, do you think Terrio's wife loves him letting him out the house with that sensitive hair?
I don't know.
What about Zaxby's? Yeah, me either. That's pretty good.
That was good.
That's pretty good. Aaron says, at Cane's, do you go no slaw, extra toast, or extra fries?
I go extra sauce.
Why?
I like the sauce.
Buy more sauce.
I like it.
Buy more, get the extra fries or toast.
I don't want the extra carbs.
I would go extra fries, by the way. Ask us, In-N-Out or Whataburger?
In-N-Out.
In-N-Out, not close. Ask us, did Theriot call Justin Bieber's hairstylist from 2010?
I know, it's terrible. It's bad today. I just didn't put any product in it.
Josh Long asked about Todd Peterson. By the way, I don't have the drop over here. It's
Yeah,
on the other
Todd's,
side.
yeah.
That's a great point, though. Yeah, it's another arm.
They have arms
Lots of them.
on deck. All of them, man. They're going to be good.
Ask us if LSU makes to Omaha, would y'all do the Riot podcast from a local brewery? I'll set up. Oh, this is Kirk. Kirk lives in Omaha.
Okay. We will do it from Barrett's Barley Corn and Barrett's Barley Corn only.
Cool. Craig Dugas, ask us Italian leather or Thailand leather?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Scone and Terrio should do the. I don't know what that is. Okay, that's going to do it for
Yep.
us. This is the Riot Podcast. Thanks so much to Prime Occupational Medicine. They're awesome. Please, they're tagged in this post. If you're watching us on Facebook, like their page, Prime Occupational Medicine. They're online. PrimeOCCMed.com. PrimeOCCMed.com. Or you can call 749-5750. 749-5750. Shout out to Prime Occupational Medicine. Thanks for coming in for the podcast today.
Thank you.
Bye.
Later.